All right, let's go in here, and all I've done so far is this is where our door is going to be. And I grabbed it. Originally, this was the white because I'd put it in the walls, but I grabbed it and I took all of this right here and I dropped it into the door layer. Okay? Now, I want to show you some different things. A lot of times people don't like being creative about doing their doors, so I'm going to show you something that's a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what door I was going to be choosing. And let me come here because I downloaded it. And let's see what we got. This is the door I just recently downloaded. So I'm just going to right click on it and say copy. Okay, let's minimize this down. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to clipboard and I'm going to paste. See that little teeny tiny rectangle there? That's it. I'm going to pick here. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Doesn't matter how big for right now. And I want it to go back that way. Okay, so there's my door. Now, let me show you something you can do. See the scale command? We can use this and get an estimate, but follow step by step. It's going to take a little bit, but you can do this. If you pick scale, you choose your picture and right click. Now it's going to ask you for, look down here, a base point. I'm going to choose this base point right about here. And the reason I'm going to choose right about there is because I know it's going to be right there. So I'm going to come in here. Notice it's not going to snap to it because it's a picture. So I'm just going to pick right here. Now that's my base point, okay? Before I do anything else, look right here. It says specify scale factor, copy, or reference. Pick the R for reference or type R for reference. So I'm picking reference. Now it's saying, okay, well, what is it? I am picking down here. And I'm going to come all the way to the top of this door to here. That's about the height of the door, okay? Now, down here, see where it says points? I'm going to click on the word points or type P for points. So I said, hey, how big was that? So I measured there to there. Now it says P to points. Go here to here. That's what I really want this size. So now I've got it approximately the size, and I can now take and I can move it down into this area here, and I can kind of get it over top of what I need, okay? I can do things several different ways, okay? Let me show you what I think is pretty much the easiest thing. Let's just get this thing out of the way, but you can see where this is, when you look at the door, it's about the same size now. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to drop this down, and all I'm going to do is come in here under my door layer, and I'm going to just start drawing some lines. I'm going to come from here. I'm going to come straight up. So my F8, I'm going to come up to here, here, here. Okay? Now I'm not sure which exactly. I'm going to leave that open on the bottom because I really don't care at this point. But check this out. It's got a metal kick plate here. If I wanted to draw the line across the bottom, I could. I'm going to come in here with this metal kick plate. I'm going to take the snap off real quick. So there's that little metal kick plate. Now I'm going to do another rectangle, and I'm going to take it from here to here. And instead of drawing that again, I'm going to copy it. Take this from here to here. If I want, I can come up here to ellipse, and I can kind of figure out what this looks like from here. Kind of pick the middle, kind of pick the end. That looks okay to me there. I can even come in here and do the same thing here. Kind of in the middle, kind of there. That looks okay. I can take lines or polylines or whatever I want. There's lots of things I can do with this. It's just being as creative as you want or as lazy as you want, depending on what you want to say about it. So I have that. I can come in here with, I can do lots of different things. I'm really not going to get too fancy on this right now. What if I took a little rectangle in here and went down to here, and then I just trimmed all this up? I can do lots of things with this. So I don't want to take too much time up. I just want you to see what kind of detail you can get in here. There's really some cool stuff. And when the picture's gone behind it, then you can see it better. Okay, so I have that. So now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to take a rectangle and come from here to here. And now, check this out. I don't know what size it is, but if I do offset and I come to here and come down to about to here, that'll give me that measurement. I can then come in and do something as silly as just coming, I can turn my snaps back on. I go straight across. I can then take and do a line, and let's turn the snaps off again, about this area. And I can copy this, put it here. And then what if I did an offset? Once again, I don't know the size. I would assume this size is going to be about an inch or so. If I go from here to here, so I have all that going on. Now, I know you can't see it much, but check this out. Down here, see this? Hide objects. I can pick this right now and just hide my door. And now I can come in here and clean this out without driving myself too crazy. So now I can come in and go trim. And I can trim all this stuff here. And I can do the same here. I can even come in and do things such as, let's see what the actual picture looks like. Let's come back down to here and end. Okay, it kind of looks like there's an X going through there. So let's go back and hide that again. Hide, pick the picture. Oops, I could actually pick that picture. Hide object. Okay, what this looked like to me was something as simple as this. And I'm going to do some trimming. Okay, so now see what the door looks like already? Now I haven't put the bottom little piece here because I'll save that for later, but kind of looks like the door that I just had. Now I can go end, and now I've got this. So, but check this out. I've got this big area around it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and do an offset. And once again, I'm going to pick where that door is, and I'm going to come to here. Okay? And so I'm going to take it and go out. I'm going to take it and go out. Let's see if I have the same thing up here. Sure do. Okay? And then let's do again offset, and let's take the new line and come all the way out to the edge. Let's go here, out, here, up. I'm not putting that window in up there because I don't have that room for that window, but I have that whole setup. So I basically, if you look at that, I've got pretty much, I just have to clean it up. Okay? So from there, I'm going to go ahead and come back down here and tell it to hide this again, just so it's out of my face. And let's see what we can do. Let's do fillets with zeros or extend and trim. Okay, so that's about the door, the size I have. So let's see how this is going to be. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this right now because see that red area? That's where that's going to go. That corner here would be that inside corner here. So let's see how close we are to it. So I'm taking the very inside corner here. I'm going to move it right about here. Oops. And snapped it there. Okay, so that's the inside corner, that's the inside. Look, we're a little bit off there. It's not that big of a deal. If I really wanted to at this point, I can do something as simple as this. Move And I can come through here, select all this. Don't forget my little fancy stuff here. And I now can take it from here to here. Now it's just a matter of trimming. So that's where I'm at with this routine now. So there's my door. I just have to trim up the other area to it. So I don't know if you think that was cool or not, but I always like seeing how it really does look sharp when you actually start moving a few things. And you can see. Now down here, all I would do is, oops, I do need to trim this little guy. Let's see. I should bring that one over just a little bit more. Forgot to get him. And I can just bring, actually, I may be able to do it this way. Like this, and then I can do an extend, and I can get all these pieces to touch. And they just touch the bottom like that because that's where the door stops. It stops at that base. So what do you think about that for a door? Notice it went to the outside. I think it's pretty easy to do doors like that. Look, it took me not that long to do, but you can do it that way. I will make another video if you're just not sure and give you some dimensions. Like I would think an inch here, maybe 3 inches here, that kind of stuff. But as you can see, bringing a door and doing it that way is pretty easy. Remember, you can pause the video and go backwards until you figure out exactly what's what. But I'm hoping you're starting to see exactly how this is starting to shape up. So there's one door here. I may have a different back door. I can do the same thing for back here. But just remember, highlight your area and put that in the door layer. And the more detail, the better. Don't you think? All right, so I think that's going to be the end of the door video for you. Hopefully you've got that and it'll be pretty decent.